What if Forrest Gump didn't just run across America, but instead ran from something? What if the sound of music was less about a joyous romp through the hills and escaping the Nazis, and more about something much older, living in those hills, watching from the shadows? What if Toy Story was less heartwarming and more heart-stopping? Welcome to Page One Rewrite, where we take your favorite non-horror movies, flip the script, and drag them kicking and screaming into the dark. Right now, we're going to unearth the uncanny, reframe the familiar, and ask that question that we've always wondered about. What if it was a horror movie all along? Let me be clear about something. I'm not an actor, nor am I going to sit here and memorize lines. Maybe if Josh and Darren paid me, it'd be a little bit of a different story, but until that day comes, you're stuck with me, my paperwork, and my fucked up, twisted imagination. So let's get to it, alright? Here's the first ever Page One Rewrite. Forrest Gump was always a little different. Simple-minded, kind-hearted, and blessed with an unusual knack to be able to fall right into history. But his life took a dark, irreversible turn when he meets a pale, trembling woman at a bus stop in Savannah. She pleads for help. She tells him, it's coming, it never stops, that she just can't do it anymore. She kisses him. She whispers softly, I'm sorry. Then, that night, it starts. First, Forrest sees a naked man outside his window, expressionless, eyes black, limbs twitching as if struggling to contain something inhuman. The next night, it's a high school gym teacher, blood running from her mouth, bones broken at impossible angles as she lurches toward him in the rain. No one else sees it. No one believes him. But it's always walking slowly, silently across the fields, through cities, down long, empty roads. And it's always a new face. And it's always closer. Forrest runs. He runs like hell. From Alabama to Louisiana, from the deserts of Arizona to the frost-bitten Dakotas. But no matter where he goes, it follows, tearing through anyone who gets in its way. Lovers, strangers, friends. Jenny, now living in a rundown apartment in Baltimore, takes Forrest in, only to become its next victim. In a gut-wrenching sequence, Jenny is cornered in her bathtub, the water turning red as the thing slams her head repeatedly against the porcelain, whispering, "Do you love him?" in Forrest's own voice. Lieutenant Dan, armed and drunk, tries to fight it, only to be gutted in a seedy motel, crawling for his gun as the creature, now wearing his father's rotting face, opens him from sternum to spine. Forrest tries to warn people, but who would believe him? A slow-talking, mentally challenged man rambling about death that walks. He's called crazy, arrested, institutionalized, only to witness the slaughter of an orderly by pulling his face through the bar's teeth first. The curse is passed through sex, but every time Forrest tries to give it away, it returns, more violent, more personal. Every new victim dies faster than the last. It's learning, evolving, feeding. As Forrest's mind begins to break, he returns to the place where it all began, Greenbow, Alabama, where he digs up Mama's grave, convinced that she knew something. Inside her old Bible, he finds sketches, notes, warnings about a curse older than memory, passed through bloodlines, passed through him. In the film's blood-curdling climax, Forrest rigs traps in his childhood home, gasoline, bear traps, and a shotgun, but the creature, now wearing his own face, taunts him. Stupid is as stupid does, and you're one of the dumbest of all. The final scene is ambiguous. Smoke rising from the ashes. Forrest limping down an empty road, alone, bloody, and smiling. But behind him, on the horizon, is yet another figure, walking. Maybe life is like a box of sex demons. I am Uncle Creepy, and that was a page one rewrite of Forrest Gump.